Good afternoon, everybody. It is 12:30 here on Live Impact News on WCNC+. My name is Jane Monreal. Nick Sturdivant joining you later tonight. Let's start your Monday afternoon with some weather. It is the first day of fall here in a couple of hours, but we are feeling like it's going to be a cool one later on. We'll get to your weather check, but first, NASA unveiling its 2025 class of astronaut candidates. This is the class of 2025 out of Houston. Let's go ahead and listen in live on Live Impact News on WCNC+.
As we debut NASA's 2025 class of astronaut candidates, we are honored to have some special guests with us today. Please join me in welcoming Senator Ted Cruz, Congressman Brian Babin, and Congressman Jake Ellzey. We'd also like to recognize the offices of Representatives Randy Weber and Dan Crenshaw, and Texas Representative Dr. Greg Bonin. And we also have a representative from Senator John Cornyn's office. Additionally, we have some NASA guests, senior leadership that are here today that are not on the program. So I'd like to introduce to you Ms. Casey Swells, our Deputy Associate Administrator, Brian Hughes, NASA Chief of Staff, Ken Bowersox, our Associate Administrator for Space Operations Mission Directorate, Lori Glaze, our Acting Associate Administrator for our Exploration Systems Development Mission Directorate, and she's also serving as our Moon to Mars Program Manager. And from Marshall Space Flight Center, we have Director Joseph Pelfrey and Stennis Space Center Director John Bailey. Today is a very exciting day for all of us here, for our nation, and for all humanity, as we will announce the newest class of astronaut candidates. 10 American men and women will begin their basic training that spans 2 years to eventually earn their wings and join NASA's active astronaut corps.
That 2-year journey begins today. The next 2 years will be spent studying and training in our world-class facilities. They will learn NASA's history and our vision for the future. They will take classes in geology, land and water survival, and space health. They will even get to train in our high-performance jets. They will engage in a variety of technical activities to prepare them for the missions that will help NASA push the boundaries of exploration, travel to new destinations in the solar system, and inspire the world through discovery. We look forward to supporting them and their families along the way.
That's right. The Johnson Space Center is proud to be home to America's Astronaut Corps. But we are also proud to lead several key programs and organizations for NASA. We lead the management and operations of the International Space Station while supporting several companies as they design and develop commercial LEO low Earth orbit destinations. And through the Commercial Crew program, we partner with industry to develop and operate a new generation of spacecraft and launch systems. Artemis flight planning and operations are also conducted here. And the Johnson-based Gateway and Extravehicular Activity and Human Surface Mobility programs are working with industry to develop a lunar outpost, the next generation of spacesuits, and lunar rovers. In addition to these significant human spaceflight programs, Johnson implements for the agency commercial lunar payload services, an instrumental part of Artemis, through partnerships with industry to provide robotic capabilities for the Moon and Mars.
All of these efforts are positioning us for our next giant leap, one that ushers in a new golden age of innovation and exploration.
astronaut candidates we announced today will help us get there. They were selected from a pool of about 8,000 applicants because they represent America's finest. I would like to thank the team of NASA employees who helped with the selection process. Human spaceflight is a team sport, and it requires the passion and dedication of all of us. Now that you've heard a little bit about the home of spaceflight, and it's now time to announce our newest astronaut candidates. And to help us kick that off, please give a warm Houston welcome to our Flight Operations Director, Norm Knight.
Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you, Steve. And good morning. 4 years ago, we named 10 exceptional individuals in our most recent class of astronaut candidates. I often look back at what we've accomplished over these last 4 years in human spaceflight, and those accomplishments have been significant. Much of what's been achieved has been made possible by the International Space Station, where many of these candidates sitting here today will have the opportunity to visit. Every lesson learned aboard station has paved the way for where we're headed next, to the moon, this time to stay, and on to Mars. Just think, 4 crew members who are preparing to fly around the moon early next year, farther away from Earth than any human since Apollo 13 in 1970. They were also once astronaut candidates. Today, 10 more distinguished individuals are joining the NASA family as the newest generation of explorers to further our reach into the golden age of innovation and exploration. This selection was challenging, competitive, and very difficult. But what we have for you here today is a group of individuals who are not only exceptional, but who will be inspirational for the United States of America and for our planet. For those of us in flight operations, the astronaut candidates we're naming today may be the most visible representatives of human spaceflight, but they are also the emissaries to an entire cadre of talented flight controllers, trainers, engineers, and frankly, everyone across this great agency who are the heartbeat of human spaceflight. With that, I'd like to invite my deputy, Kjell Lindgren, to join me in introducing the 2025 class of astronaut candidates to the world. Kjell.
Thank you, Norm. It is an honor to be out here today. Now, I come to you from the 20th astronaut group, the Chumps, and we can't wait to see what the flies name this new class. Now, the 10 individuals you're about to meet come with fantastic experience to lead us here on Earth and in space. Are you ready to meet the 24th group of astronaut candidates? All right, let's get started. He's a Chief Warrant Officer and experimental test pilot in the United States Army. From Charlottesville, Virginia, Ben Bailey.
She's a geologist who worked on the Curiosity Mars rover and Artemis 3 science team. Originally from Sammamish, Washington, Lauren Edgar.
He's a test pilot and a major in the United States Air Force. From Leesburg, Virginia, Adam Furman.
He's a test pilot and weapons officer in the United States Air Force. From Savannah, Illinois, Major Cameron Jones.
He's a launch director and engineering executive from Columbus, Indiana, Yuri Kubo.
She's a former United Airlines test pilot, NOAA hurricane hunter, and naval aviator. From Little Elm, Texas, Rebecca Lawler.
She flew to space as a SpaceX engineer on the Polaris Dawn mission and is a native to Houston, Texas. Please welcome Anna Menon.
She's an anesthesiologist from Cupang Falls, New York, Imelda Muller.
She's a lieutenant commander in the United States Navy and a test pilot in the F-18 Super Hornet. From Goshen, Kentucky, Erin Overcash.
She's a former flight test engineering director at Gulfstream Aerospace and United States Marine Corps test pilot. From San Diego, California, Catherine Spees.
These 10 men and women are your 24th astronaut candidate class. We can't wait to see what you achieve. Congratulations, and please join me in giving them another round of applause.
Wow. At NASA, we are more than just a team. We are a family. To share some words of wisdom with you, we have 3 astronauts here with us today who sat in this very stage some years ago and received their astronaut pins. Please welcome NASA astronauts Chris Birch, Nicole Ayers, and Chris Williams.
Lauren, Yuri, Becky, Adam, Cameron, Erin, Kate, Ben, Mel, and Anna. Congratulations and welcome to the team. My name is Chris Birch, and I am a member of the 2021 NASA astronaut class. I'm here with 2 of my fly classmates, so this is officially a swarm. Your astronaut class is a very special group. That's why there's a tradition among astronauts that the newest astronaut class is named by the class before it. Our class was named by the turtles, who lovingly gave us the name the Flies because, among more humorous reasons, they hoped we would fly early, and indeed we have. Nicole just returned from her 5-month mission aboard the International Space Station, and Chris is preparing to launch for his 8-month mission this November. The bonds formed with your class are very special. Astronaut training is an apprenticeship. We learn from our trainers and our instructors, and we are constantly learning from each other. Your training builds a foundation of trust that will carry you throughout your career and on to your future missions. On behalf of all the Flies, we look forward to getting to know your class so we can give you a name befitting your personalities and appropriate for the exciting and dynamic time that we are in human spaceflight.
As Chris mentioned, your next few years are going to be all about learning and training. In many ways, it's like drinking from a fire hose. They'll be asked to learn, not just learn, but to master new skills and disciplines. Some of these might be familiar to some members of your class, like flying an aircraft or characterizing crystals in a rock. But others are going to be totally new to you. I know for me in my class, it was an incredible experience the first time we were underwater in a spacesuit under 40 feet of water in our neutral buoyancy lab practicing a spacewalk to repair a space station. That was totally new and just an awesome experience. Thankfully, you're going to have some of the most talented and passionate instructors and an incredibly dedicated team here at NASA who are going to help you through this. We could not do what we do without the amazing support that we have here at the Johnson Space Center and from the entire NASA community. But some of the most special moments will come as you find how much you get to learn from each other, from your classmates, your peers. It's really a rare opportunity to be surrounded by a group of individuals that all come from different backgrounds, different fields, and with different experiences, but who are at the highest levels of their professions. When I have a question about the nuances of flying a T-38 in formation, I can turn to my fighter pilot classmate with thousands of flight hours and ask her a question. When I'm wondering about the design of a biology experiment on the ISS that we're learning about, I can turn to my bioengineering classmate and ask, why is this experiment designed the way it is so I can understand how it works? The knowledge and experiences that you all bring and share with each other will not only make you a stronger class, but make us a stronger astronaut corps. It also makes it an absolute pleasure to come to work every single day. Learning is not unique to your initial training. It's going to continue after you graduate and go into supporting other crew members who are flying in space, helping to develop the systems that are going to take us to the moon and beyond, and training to be a crew member on a future mission. I can personally vouch for this. Training for my upcoming mission has been a constant learning process, but it builds on the foundational skills that I learned in the initial training that you all are about to embark upon. And we've seen how it sets you up to excel. My classmate Nicole just returned from a fantastically successful 5-month mission to the International Space Station.
Thanks, C-Dub. Well said. You know, we all look back fondly on our time in those seats, being welcomed into this NASA family. The next 2 years will be a whirlwind, but they'll be some of the best moments with the best people. As NASA furthers human spaceflight, we can't wait to see you all get assigned to a crew and get welcomed into a smaller family that is that crew. Whether on a space station crew or a crew that's headed to the moon and eventually onto Mars, we build bonds that span generations and borders. We're so excited to see you all eating a family dinner with your crew somewhere on potentially an exploration vehicle or even a habitat somewhere. I know I personally loved our family dinners on the International Space Station. But before we go, we have some very special guests who couldn't be here today, my space brothers and sister, and the family I got to share some amazing moments with. They're currently living and working aboard the International Space Station 260 miles above the Earth. And they're also cheering you on. And they prepared a special message for you guys. So please join me in welcoming NASA astronauts Johnny Kim, Zena Cardman, Mike Fink, and JAXA astronaut Kim Ayui.
Hello from the International Space Station, orbiting 250 miles above beautiful planet Earth. I'm NASA astronaut Mike Fink, a proud member of the class of 1996 Sardines, and we wanted to offer a huge congratulations to the 2025 NASA astronaut candidates. That's you.
We wish we could be there in person to welcome you, but we're so grateful to be up here. We're nearing 25 years of continuous human occupancy aboard the space station, and the work we do will prepare us for missions beyond low Earth orbit. You're joining NASA at an exciting time. We're in a new era of space exploration, going to the moon and on to Mars. We can't wait to see where your journey takes you.
We're a close-knit group in the astronaut office, and we're thrilled to welcome you into the fold. You can always count on us for support, but you should also lean on each other as a class too. The people sitting beside you right now will become more than colleagues. They'll become lifelong friends.
We can't wait to meet you when my crewmates and I are back on the ground. Until then, learn everything you can, get to know each other, and most importantly, enjoy the ride. We'll keep the space station in great shape for when you get here.
Thank you, Johnny, Zena, Mike, and Kimia. And we can't wait to welcome you back home soon. Next, I'd like to introduce NASA Acting Administrator, Secretary Sean Duffy. Administrator Duffy stepped into this role a little over 2 months ago and has already demonstrated his commitment to leading our agency forward with vision and purpose. He also serves as the Secretary of the U.S. Department of Transportation. Please help me welcome NASA's Acting Administrator, Secretary Sean Duffy.
Well, it is great to be with all of you today and to join the chorus of congratulations to our new class of astronauts. Well done, everybody. Listen, we know that you represent your families, you represent your communities, you represent NASA, which is the most respected and revered agency in the whole wide world. No pressure. But most importantly, you represent America, the greatest, most innovative, creative country that's ever existed on the face of the earth. And so we couldn't be prouder to welcome you and congratulate you on your work to get to this moment. Now, it's been mentioned before that over 8,000 people applied to get one of these 10 spots. And they were pilots, they were scientists, engineers, they were dreamers, and they were hoping to be here today. But we picked the best and the brightest, the most skilled, the best looking, the best personalities to take these 10 spots. And again, you represent your country. And I know the President extends his congratulations as I extend mine as well to you. And oftentimes we talk about the American dream. And if you think about the American dream, I think that there's nothing that embodies the American dream more than the 10 of you today having these spots. I know it was hard work, a lot of effort, a lot of studying, a lot of training for you to win these spots at NASA, but you truly today are living the American dream, and again, congratulations for that. You are America's best and brightest, and we're going to need America's best and brightest because we have bold exploration plans for the future. As we've talked about, we are going back to the moon. This time we're going to stay. And from what we learn on our mission to the moon, we're going to go to Mars. And we're going to go beyond into the unknown. Now, some are challenging our leadership in space, say like the Chinese. And I'll just tell you this, I'll be damned if the Chinese beat NASA or beat America back to the moon. We are going to win. We love challenges. We love competition. And we are going to win the second space race back to the moon with all of you participating in that great effort. We also talked about the golden age of transportation and the golden age of exploration. And again, our future is bright. We have bold missions ahead of us. It's going to take money, it's going to take grit, it's going to take courage to actually meet this moment with these missions, with this vision. And I know all of you have the heart to do that. What I find most exciting is I know you guys, they've been NASA employees for a week, I think, 7 days, and I got to meet them earlier today. What I found interesting as I met our new cast of astronauts is that one of these 10 could actually be one of the first Americans to put their boots on the Mars surface, which is very, very cool. Again, no pressure, NASA. We have some work to do. So at this moment in time, I couldn't be more honored to be the acting administrator and to lead this organization at this moment in time as we make our vision clear, our mission clear as we move forward. And I do have now the honor and privilege of introducing our next speaker, who, by the way, is also very handsome. He's also very smart, but he is also one of the great leaders in the U.S. Senate. He is a champion for NASA. He's a champion for the Johnson Space Center, which you're very lucky to have him. But not only that, he authorizes the money that gets through the Congress to come and fund NASA. So he's really, really important because he writes the checks, actually. Help me give a warm welcome to one of Texas's finest, Chairman Ted Cruz.
Well, thank you very much, Sean. Let me say you're doing a fantastic job. Thank you for your hard work. You're Secretary of Transportation. You're the acting administrator of NASA. I think you're trying to compete with Marco Rubio to see who can have the most jobs. And I look forward to seeing you named as the Archbishop of Washington, D.C. I think you could do that job. An excellent job as well. Let me say at the outset, I am really, really glad in the United States Senate that an incoming class is not named by your predecessors. That just would not work out well, so y'all are brave. And I assume you want to be really nice to your preceding class so that they don't give you some terrible names. Speaking of terrible names, actually, I have a call on you, Mr. Administrator, Mr. Secretary, for some strong executive leadership, which is the name of this event is ASCAN. Now, I recognize that these guys are capable of pulling out a can of whoop-ass. But I would humbly suggest next time maybe we go with a different name than ASCAN. Like the collective branding can come up with something suitable to the occasion. I want to say to each of you, you guys are amazing. You're the best and the brightest. You are incredibly educated. You're incredibly fearless. You're willing, like sardines, to get in a tiny can and sit up on top of an exploding rocket going up into the sky. And I'll tell you, little boys and little girls, they look at you and they dream of doing what y'all are doing. That's powerful. That is the future. You know, Mr. Secretary, you're in my hometown of Houston, and Houston has a long and deep connection to space. One of the very first words uttered on the surface of the moon was Houston. Houston, the eagle has landed. There is a reason our baseball team is the Astros. By the way, they have all committed. They are all now Astros fans. And there's a reason our basketball team is the Rockets. And the Rockets are winning it all this year. That's my prediction right now. There's also a reason that when JFK was president, that he came to Houston, to Rice Stadium, and he announced the commitment that we would go to the moon within a decade. And JFK explained why we were going to the moon. And he said, we're going to the moon for the same reason that Rice plays the University of Texas. We do not do so because it is easy, but because it is hard. So that's what y'all are here to do, is to do what is hard. And I will say, on the 4th of July, the President signed into law the one big beautiful bill that included, among other things, $10 billion directly for NASA. I was proud to have added that $10 billion. And that funding is there because we will go back to the moon. We will beat the Chinese to the moon. We will have a sustained human habitation on the moon or in cislunar space. We will continue to beat the Chinese in low Earth orbit. And with all of the learning from going to the moon, from Gateway, from the ISS, we will go to Mars, and the first boot that ever sets foot on the surface of the red planet will be an American astronaut, and could well be one of these boots right here. And I have it as a girl dad with two teenage girls aged 14 and 17. I'm particularly proud of all the women here and the fact that with Artemis, America is going to put the first woman on the surface of the moon in the history of mankind. That is powerful, that is beautiful, and to everyone here who is so integral to JSC and to the space mission and commercial space and to the mission of American leadership in space, I want to tell all of you how incredibly proud I am of you, and to put very simply, my job is to have your back, and you have my word, I will continue to do so each and every day. With that, I want to welcome my dear friend, Congressman Brian Babin. Congressman Babin has been in Congress since 2015. He is the chairman of the House Committee on Science, Space, and Technology. He's been a dentist for 35 years, so if you piss him off, he'll rip your teeth out. But don't worry, he can give you the happy gas. You won't feel it at all. And he was also in the Air Force from 1975 to 1979, so if he's honest, he really is jealous that he's not in a blue jumpsuit sitting up here as well. But he gets to be in Congress, and he is a champion for JSC, he's a champion for space, and he's a good friend. Congressman Brian Babin.
Thank you, Ted. It's always tough to follow Ted Cruz. There's no way. With my old East Texas twang, there's no way I'm quite as articulate. But I just want to say how pleased I am to be here to meet every one of you young folks that are going to be stepping your feet on the lunar surface, the ISS, and maybe the red planet as well. It's more exciting than I can even gather. Well, good morning. Great to be here with everyone. What an incredible privilege it is to be here to welcome this new class on this exciting day of astronauts. Unbelievable. Today's announcement concludes a rigorous selection process that began more than a year ago with thousands, literally, these people were chosen from a cast of many thousands of people, of individuals, applying to join the ranks of our esteemed astronaut corps. And I want to thank every astronaut in here and former astronauts as well for your service. Space exploration has always stirred something deep within the soul of the American people. It is impossible not to be inspired by those who devote their lives to it. And I just want to say congratulations to each and every one of you. Each of you embodies the qualities that have defined NASA astronauts for more than 60 years. Think about that, 60 years. Courage, ingenuity, curiosity, and so much more are the virtues that you have. This class of astronauts will help lead the next chapter of human spaceflight. Some of you, has already been stated, will have missions on the moon. Some of you may take humanity's first steps on the red planet of Mars. All of you will carry forward missions that today exist only in our dreams. But together, we're going to make these dreams a reality. For generations, American astronauts have been a source of national pride for our country. You will now take up that mantle, carrying our flag proudly and fearlessly into space. But your mission is larger than exploration alone. At a time of growing global competition, NASA's work is more important than ever. It is national security, folks. We must be on that lunar surface first. We must remain a presence of America in low Earth orbit. This is important. We cannot fail there. We also have to hope and that the stars will guide us into all the endeavors that we are dreaming about. There's much work ahead, but the challenges will shape you, will strengthen you, and will embolden you. As a representative for Johnson Space Center, I'm so very proud that many of you will soon call Houston home and join this community that has long been the very center of America's space legacy. So please know that we believe in you, we are counting on you, and we are praying for you and for your great success. May God bless you all, and may God bless our space program. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Senator Cruz and Congressman Babin. We truly value all the support you give to NASA's efforts, and we value you as being our elected officials. And a huge thank you to Secretary Duffy. Now, I'd like to invite Chief Astronaut Joe Acaba and Deputy Chief Astronaut Nicole Mann to help us get to know the class. Joe and Nicole are responsible for managing astronaut resources and operations. They help develop astronaut flight crew operation concepts and make recommendations for crew assignments for future spaceflight missions, including astronauts to be assigned to fly on Artemis. Welcome, Joe and Nicole.
All right, thank you, Vanessa, and welcome to our newest astronaut candidates. I hope you are ready for the wild ride that is coming. We asked a lot of tough questions of you during the interviews. Now's a chance for you to relax and share a little bit about yourself as individuals.
All right, now for some of you, this is not your first introduction to NASA, and we are excited to have you back. So Lauren, Yuri, and Becky, tell us about your previous experiences here at NASA and what your job was at the time of selection.
All right, well, I'm happy to kick things off. off, I'm Lauren Edgar, and I am so excited and honored to be here today. My NASA experience actually dates back to my days as a NASA intern working at the NASA Goddard Space Flight Center. I spent 2 summers there, and then I participated in a number of NASA programs throughout college and grad school. More recently, I've been working at the U.S. Geological Survey and helping to contribute to the exploration of the Moon and Mars. So I've participated in NASA missions, I've contributed to some of the geology training and testing, I've worked on the Mars Exploration Rover mission, Curiosity Mars Rover mission working with JPL, and most recently the Artemis 3 science team. And through these experiences, I've had the chance to see the amazing team that makes this all possible. And I just wanted to say I am so excited to be officially part of the NASA family and can't wait to be serving in this role along with all of my new classmates here. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Yuri Kubo. Super excited to be here and deeply honored to be a part of this class as well as the NASA family. Actually, much like Lauren, I started here back in college. I was a co-op right here at the Johnson Space Center, actually. Feels a lot like a kind of a homecoming, a really nice homecoming to come back. So I spent 7 tours here at Johnson Space.
All right, we are going to leave the NASA astronaut class because, as you saw there in the corner of your screen, it looks like the White House briefing has now started with Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt.